Hey, what's up everyone? It's your local trans girl, Joelle, and I am back with another video. In today's video, we will be reacting to the new What Would You Do video that was posted about trans people, where they created a scenario in which a shop clerk is transphobic to a customer to see how other customers in the store would react and to see if anybody would do anything. What would you do if you saw someone getting harassed in public for being trans? I don't always love these videos because I feel like they're not always the most accurate, or sometimes they're unrealistic scenarios that don't actually happen, but trans people are constantly harassed, especially in public if they are a non-passing trans person. So I was actually pretty impressed with some of these scenarios because they hit really close to home. That's enough with the explanation. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into today's video. Hopefully I don't get emotional because some of these clips really do hit.
Excuse me.
Hey, let me call you right back.
Is there something I can help you find today?
Do you have this in my size?
Gotta make sure they know it's an actor.
Well, I don't think that we have dresses for your kind of people. Ooh, this is hard to even hear.
Yes, it is hard to hear. Oh my gosh. Can't even imagine what that felt like. Even just acting out a scene, if someone said that to me, it would definitely hurt.
Are you trans?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a trans woman.
I think you might be in the wrong space.
No, she didn't. First and foremost, nobody owes you an explanation to their identity, and if you ask someone whether or not they're trans, don't expect an answer because our medical history is none of your business unless you are our doctor. She also clearly stated that she's a woman and she's in the women's clothing section. Like, let her shop. This is a good way to deter business.
If you saw someone being discriminated against simply because they're transgender,
We don't sell dresses to men.
what would you do?
Let me know in the
Are you
comments.
confused?
No, why would I be confused?
Well, I can take you back to the men's section. Sorry. Stop.
No, she didn't. Oh my gosh.
Just stop. Leave her alone.
Yes, ally. I am so glad that someone felt empowered to step in and speak up as they witness somebody being spoken to like this, because that behavior is completely unacceptable. It also it warms my heart to know that there are people out there who will speak up when someone is literally being bullied in public for just being different.
Why are you being so rude to her? Are you uncomfortable? I am. Well,
absolutely. I am
She's making me
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Well, then that seems
I'm
to be
uncomfortable watching
not
this.
her problem. I can help you find a space. I don't work here, though. What size do you wear?
I was looking for this in a large.
They're literally helping her pick out a dress now. Well, we don't sell dresses to men, so. Oh my God! Stop. Are you the owner?
Wow, read
No, I'm
the
not the owner. You
room.
work here? Yes. I would be happy to take you somewhere else to shop. I
Yeah.
wouldn't spend any of your money here.
Yeah, take your business
Stand
elsewhere.
with everyone.
Regardless, no labels. This is a human being.
Well, she's clearly confused. I just think. At least you got her pronouns correctly.
Yes! At least you got her pronouns correct. I absolutely love how this woman not only just jumped in and defended her, but she didn't have to try to validate her identity. She just showed her support, showed that she was caring. And she didn't try to jump into any type of counterproductive arguments, which unfortunately a lot of people try to do in these situations. Unfortunately, in my experience, sometimes when I've seen this happen around me, people will jump into arguments about what is a woman and why their gender identity is or isn't valid. Those conversations can be really counterproductive and can be very hard for that trans person to witness and hear debated in front of them. I always recommend, if you are an ally and you see one of these situations, jump in, lend your support, and shut down any of those conversations. Because what does it matter? What does it matter? This is a human being and they deserve respect.
I don't feel comfortable leaving you here. Are you okay?
I'm okay, I'll be fine.
Excuse me. Hi. My
That
name
would
is
make me
Sarah.
cry.
And we're creating scenarios that people deal with every day, all day long, everywhere.
Truly
And
does.
this is looking for people that will not let those people handle it by themselves. I know that this was very real for you.
Well, as soon as she was talking to her rudely, right away I had to say something.
How often do you see that?
Practically a daily basis, people like us in the community that are openly out as ourselves.
Have you been to Mama Bear?
No.
Are you a mom?
I thought you were all friends.
No, I just looked for the space and looked for another ally, and I could see the horrific look on your face. And like, it's a human thing.
It's a human thing. I love her. And I 100% agree. It is a human thing, especially when you see someone else who is being mistreated. It should make you feel a certain type of way. And if it doesn't, you might be part of the problem.
Do you treat all your customers like this?
I'm not treating you any certain way. I'm telling you what you're shopping for, we don't have.
Some shoppers decide to leave an uncomfortable situation.
I really don't feel comfortable wearing men's clothing. That's why I'm shopping on the women's rack.
But this woman, well, she couldn't walk away.
I mean, it's starting to make kind of all of us a little uncomfortable.
I'm just a trans woman trying to find a dress in my size.
As a trans woman. Okay.
I truly love how this ally in particular didn't immediately try to jump in and attack the problematic person or the person that was showing problematic behavior. Instead, they immediately jumped to comforting and supporting the trans person. That is truly allyship. Her first priority was to make sure that she was okay.
But so you shop and you find yourself something damn pretty. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yes. Yes. You do
No.
that. Okay?
Thank you.
Why did you say something? Because when I'm 66 years old and I've just seen, I don't like the way the world has become. And everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves to be loved and do what they want to do every day, not be judged.
Yes, everybody deserves to live a life that is free of judgment for being different. I truly feel like it is so disheartening and just sad that we exist in a world where people are afraid to be who they are because they're afraid of the way that other people will perceive them. And if you are someone who is watching this video today, please do not sacrifice your happiness for the sake of the comfort of other people.
We find that some people speak with their wallet.
Are you joking?
No, why?
Well, are you trans?
I'm a trans woman, if that's what you mean.
We don't sell dresses to men.
Not a man.
Return this, please.
No matter how many times I hear it, it hits.
Why are you
Yes.
returning?
Because of what you just said.
Because of what I just said?
Yeah. You said you don't sell dresses to everyone that comes in the store,
No, I said we don't sell dresses to men.
right? And I don't see a man that's asking for assistance with a dress.
Yes, ma'am. And we have seen this situation time and time again. It is well documented that businesses and corporations that discriminate against minorities lose business.
I just think she's confused.
I really do think that you're confused.
Why do you think I'm confused?
Gender
You're
is a
confused.
fluid process. I have no right to tell you what your gender is, and you have no right to tell me what my gender is.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that statement that just the same way that you don't want me to be able to dictate your identity or who you are, you don't get to do that to me. I get to define my own identity. And that's why I never have these like pointless arguments with people about why or how I am a woman. I just am. That's my identity. You don't get to dictate that.
So, you were admirably fierce. I wasn't even ready for how fast you locked and loaded.
Yeah, she responded
to come in.
fast.
What do you do that you just knew to jump in so strongly and boldly?
I am a professor of family science. That's what I practice.
So you are an expert, a professional, and an example.
I try my best.
I'd be out here trying my best too, just to survive. So next, we're going to be going through the scenario with a trans man and see how people react.
I just don't think this is the right store for you. Aren't you trans?
Yeah.
I think we're all a little bit uncomfortable.
Calling him out.
When you get on hormones, like, you know, you start taking testosterone, it's super gender.
I have to remind you,
I know it
it's
was for
acne.
me when I started. Give me 1 second. I'll call you back.
Hi, can I help you find something?
I was just wondering if you have this in my size.
Well, I'm not really sure what you're looking for. I mean, are you serious? I think you might be confused.
I'm not.
Well, I just heard you say that you were taking testosterone, and I think doesn't that make you trans?
I am trans, yeah.
I think you're in the wrong store.
No,
I don't know if it was like the music or what, but that scene was really intense. I just feel like it's so weird for people to try to clock a trans person or to out a trans person publicly, especially because you just never know who's listening and how people are going to react. I always tell my friends and family, like, please do not introduce me as like your trans daughter or trans friend or trans sibling, because you could quite literally be putting a target on my back. And unfortunately, some of these haters know that. I have seen it time and time again where someone who is unhappy with the fact that you are around them, someone who is uncomfortable by just your sheer existence in the world, starts calling you out to the people around you to try to see if anybody else agrees with their transphobia.
No. Could you just
Are you uncomfortable? No. You're leaving because we're scaring them right out of the store.
We're leaving because
I know, but you should. We barely caught you. I literally saw smoke as your feet went out.
The blatant, like, disrespect of someone's identity, I thought was terrible. I'm friends
Absolutely
with
terrible.
so many trans people, and also just as a queer person myself. I would hate if that happened to me.
Yeah.
So I could not stand for that.
I love that when people can come together and have empathy for others by putting themselves into the shoes of what that experience must be like. I think this is why it is so important to talk about community, especially when we're talking about the LGBTQ community. I know that there's been some chatter online about a specific group of conservative LGB people trying to distance themselves from the TQIA plus community. And it's really disheartening because, one, we're stronger together, but two, if anybody can relate to our experience and what it's like to be ostracized, it's our fellow LGB community. And not to mention that so many trans people fall underneath the LGB umbrella as well. Our issues and fight for equality is more intertwined than people realize.
You were just talking about testosterone. Aren't you trans?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if this older man jumps in.
What does that have to do with me getting this in my size?
I will
Trans
lose
being taking your shots, you're gonna win.
I just don't think this is the right store for you. I think we're all a little bit uncomfortable.
Why would you be uncomfortable with them?
Yeah, why would you be uncomfortable?
I don't get that.
Why aren't you
I don't get it
trans? You're not uncomfortable with that?
I love the shock
You're
on
not?
his face.
No, it's great.
Gives me hope.
Well, we have autonomy. We get to choose to be who we want to be. That's America.
Well, I just
Yes.
think that it's not the right store for him.
Why not?
Yeah.
I've been shopping here for decades. I know this store. It's the right store for whoever wants to shop here.
He or she or whatever that's not making you uncomfortable.
No, you are making me uncomfortable.
Yes. Turn the tables back on them. You are the one that is making me uncomfortable. They are the ones that should be feeling guilty in this situation, not the trans person that's literally just existing in the world.
But I was most impressed because you're a little older than some of the people who have stepped in, and I was super moved that you jumped in like that.
I just can't stand that sort of attitude that seems to be sort of ingrained in so many people.
Unfortunately.
You reinstill my faith, and people of all ilks and ages will show up for people when they feel something's wrong.
He's the best.
One, you're the best too, but and the reason I've watched the show for years is for people like you. And I have to say, I was judging a book by the cover. I did not expect it to come in the form of a sweet grandpa.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that. I was a little skeptical and a little worried when I saw this video come up on my For You page, but honestly, it brought me a lot of hope. I feel like we need more of this type of content that is showing what trans people experience in our everyday lives, that helps put people in our shoes. It's part of the reason why I would not want to wish being trans on anybody, because we live in a world that was set up for cisgender, heteronormative people. Unfortunately, the world is not kind to people that fall out of that box. But as we've seen time and time again, trans people will prevail. We are not new. This is not some type of phase. We are people that are living a very real human experience. All right, everyone, thank you all so much for joining and tuning into today's video. Let me know if you enjoy content like this in the comments down below and what you would do if you saw this behavior out in the real world. Would you jump in? Would you say something? I would hope so. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy content like this and to help motivate me to make more videos. And if you've enjoyed this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to get notified every time I make a new video. To anybody watching who is struggling with their gender identity, sexual orientation, or just in general having a difficult day, remember that you are valid, you are beautiful, and you are deserving of love and respect. So please, please, please don't take any crap from anyone. I love you, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.